Yes, guys, walk and talk with me, episode 21, my fat loss mistakes. I'm doing it different today. I'm gonna get these steps in now with you guys, do some more when the videos finish, then go to the gym and do back and calves and half an hour on the cross trainer. So guys, we're gonna talk about the fat loss mistakes I've made in the past, what I don't want you guys to make now. Yeah? Hope you're all good. Hope you're well. Had a good sleep. Ready for the day. So guys, my first mistake was I was doing way too much cardio and not enough strength training. So, actually, tell a lie, I was doing quite a lot of strength training, but I was mainly focused on cardio to drop body fat. That was my mistake. So I was doing cardio probably all in an hour a day, Monday to Sunday, but I was training probably 4 times a week, maybe 5 for an hour. So my cardio was outweighing my strength training. And what that causes is you get more tired for your strength training days. So if I was doing like an hour cardio in the morning or after my session, I was feeling more tired the next day. So if I'm feeling more tired, that means when I go to my strength training sessions, I'm not pushing as much and the session's not as intense due to me being tired or drained out from too much cardio. And what happens is when you do it that way, you're losing muscle, you're dropping weight, not body fat, and your body gets conditioned to the cardio. I'm not saying cardio is bad for you. I think cardio is a great tool towards fat loss, but focus more on building muscle and chiseling the body with walking, how you eat, and cardio as well. But make sure cardio supplements everything you're doing. Don't make it your main focus and priority to drop body fat, because you will fail, guys. My next mistake I made when trying to drop body fat in the past was cutting the volume of food down way too low. That's the biggest mistake you can make, guys. If you want longevity in dropping body fat, you've got to condition your body, in my opinion, to eat higher volume foods. So let me explain. When you're eating the way you used to previously, refined carbohydrates, all this sugary shit and everything else, those are empty calories. They don't fill you with nothing. You can eat that for days and it won't really fill you. So you've got to change up your food now to more dense, whole, single ingredient foods which fill you up for longer. So you might feel like, oh, I'm full, I'm eating too much, but you've got to condition your body to start eating a high protein food regime. At the beginning, you will feel like you're eating too much, but you're not. So focus on single ingredient foods, high protein, high volume, and obviously over time your body will understand to cut things in a way where you are in a deficit. But at the beginning of your journey, your main focus is switching the foods to more single ingredient and whole foods. Don't cut down your calories or cut down your food where you're getting stressed and you're only eating lettuce and tuna for 1 meal a day, drinking a few glasses of water, and you think that's going to be you for the rest of your life. You'll bounce back to the old you and everything will get put back on, and you'll just be a constant circle of, I've got to do one thing or the other. It's all about balance, people. Balance. The next mistake I made in my past was just relying on the scale. If I weighed myself every week, especially when I first started, there's a period I was dropping a lot of weight and body fat, and there's a period where I'm putting pounds back on. What you need to realize is when you're strength training and also trying to drop body fat, your body's gonna change its body composition, change how it looks. So there's gonna be times where you're gaining muscle, you're gonna put back on weight, you're dropping body fat, you're gonna drop some weight. It's gonna be up and down, but as long as it's down trending over time, you're perfectly fine, guys. There's nothing to worry about. So don't over focus on the scales. If the scales are going up every week, for 10 weeks in a row, then there's a problem. Something needs to be adjusted, but it's fine to see the scales go up and down through your journey. There's nothing to worry about. Focus on measurements, your ratios, and how your body looks. Do not panic, guys. The other mistake I made when I first started, and I talk about this all the time, is not tracking my food properly. When I first started, I say this to everybody, when you first start and you've had a shit lifestyle and been eating shit, as soon as you change your food over and start changing to better foods, it's inevitable. You're gonna drop body fat, you're gonna drop weight, but you're gonna get into a place where your body fat gets stuck, you plateau, and you're wondering why. This is where you start tracking the amount of protein you're eating, the amount of fats you're taking in, the amount of carbohydrates you're taking in. So track all of these things till you understand your body. I'm not saying you got to track for the rest of your life, because I don't track every day now myself. But when I get to a place where I want to drop more body fat, I'm more specific on numbers, on what I need to cut and what I can use on certain days. And I say this time and time again, everybody in their life that don't have a clue about nutrition should start tracking to understand the data on what works for you. So start tracking and understanding the nutrients you're taking in, the amount of protein, the amount of carbohydrates, the amount of fats. I use MyFitnessPal when I track. I think that's the best app to use. There's other apps out there if you do your research or your coach or your PT tells you. But for me, it's MyFitnessPal. The next mistake I made, which was a vital mistake for me, looking back, was ignoring sleep and stress. Yes, everybody these days have got kids, we've got jobs, we've got bills to pay. The UK is a mess at the minute, so people are worrying about money. All these things can offset your body fat, because when you're stressed, you raise your cortisol levels. When you raise your cortisol levels, it can increase body fat or delay you dropping weight. Also, if you're not sleeping and getting the right hours in, that will affect recovery, that will affect muscle growth and dropping body fat. So make sure you get the right amount of sleep and try and control your environment as best as you can. These are the major mistakes I made. I was going out on random weekdays, I was raving and partying on the weekend, not sleeping, not letting my body recover, and then going back into the gym, half hungover, smelling of vodka and all different flipping cocktails, thinking I can just sweat it off and I'll be perfectly fine. So focus on getting your sleep right and your environment. If you're constantly stressed and worried about certain things, or in a bad relationship, or got the right environment, got the wrong environment around you, those things can affect your body fat, your goals, and dropping to the shape that you really want. So focus on sleep and your stress levels. The next mistake I made back in my day was looking for magic solutions. This game is a lifestyle game, it's a long-term game, it's a forever game. When I first got into it, I thought there was solutions where you can just cut out your carbs, you can drop body fat. If I eat at a certain window and not eat for the rest of the day, I'm gonna drop body fat. If I take fat burners, certain PEDs, back in them days, I thought I can have this great shape for the rest of my life. All these things will kick you in the arse later on in life. The simple fundamentals to get into shape and look the best you can for the rest of your life is strength training, some form of cardio, some activities that you like, healthy lifestyle with balance in there, the right people around you, the right amount of sleep, control your stress, and you're good. There's no magic pill, there's no magic food, there's no sort of steroid that can make you be spiritually and mentally and physically great for the rest of your life. It's all based on you doing the right amount of training or exercise that you like, stress-free environment, the right foods, the right amount of sleep, and constantly doing the same thing day in, day out, day in, day out. I will say this every single time on this channel. There's no magic pill, there's no solutions. It's a long game, it's a forever game, and it's not no short-term fix. You're not gonna find it, people. It'll always kick you in the arse, always. And the final mistake that I made was I had no accountability. I was kind of winging it when I first started. You can only wing it without no help or accountability for a certain period of time. So let me explain. When I first started this journey, there was no YouTube, there was no Instagram. I think I had a BlackBerry at the time, if anybody remembers Blackberries. There was no sort of iPhones really around in 07, 08. I think there's iPods. But there was no one I could listen to or talk to. I got advice from people bit by bit, but there were so many different people telling me different things. I didn't really know where to go, so I just focused on doing crazy amounts of cardio, strength training, and I thought that was it, eating healthy. But like I said, the main thing for me was sleep and stress. Everyone in life goes through certain stresses or just life in general. I think when you control your environment and you get the right amount of sleep, and I think they're major pillars, they're just as important as eating healthy. I class sleep, eating healthy, stress-free, those three for me are the pillars of getting in a great shape. I don't care if you train every day, I don't care if you're eating well, if you're not sleeping right, not making the body recover, you're in a toxic relationship, constantly arguing, you will not get where you want to be. So guys, if you're looking for a coach or a PT, there's nothing wrong with having someone on your side that you can trust for accountability, that's been doing it for years and understands how the human body, how to get you in the right shape, how to get your mindset right for the rest of your life. And those are the mistakes that I made. Just a quick video, guys. We keep it moving and we keep improving. Be extraordinary and dare to be different.